What is going down, everybody? Sarius here. Hope you guys are rocking out. Okay, I'm kind of fighting a cold right now, so if I don't sound as energetic as I normally do, then I apologize. But everybody, Art of Demoman, this is like awesome. I'm so excited about this because straight up, like, even on my old channel, which was Serenity Divide, which many of you guys know me as, and you guys can still call me that if you want, it doesn't matter. But I've always wanted to make a Demoman video, and I just never got around to doing it when school started kicking in. So I'm really excited. I'm holding up the attic, which is a very difficult place to hold, especially on the brand new map here. If you don't have a good team, you're going to get overrun very quickly. But guys, we're rocking out with 3 members of the TNT clan, and these guys are not messing around. Excuse my language, but they know their crap. They have their stuff together. We also have 420 Ace as well as Fernando Mineto. Got a really nice diverse team. And honestly, like, if you look at the setup here, you've got 2 berserkers up in front with scythes or AoE slash attacks. I think the broadsword also does the same thing. And then they're just laying waste to all the stuff in the front and keeping us safe in the back. Now, my goal as well is try to play a little bit of back play, trying to see if I can call out any threats that are incoming, like Skrakes, stuff that I can't kill that's going to be on the way in like about 8 to 10 seconds. Okay, now one thing as well is you see that Sarge is doing a great job playing our combat medic. He's towards the back side, which allows him to be able to see everybody. And since we're all in kind of like a stationary position, it really makes it effective and very easy for him to be able to do his job very quickly. Now we're popping off and going straight into wave 10 of 10, and directly after this we're going to actually be showing you the Patriarch footage as well, because it was quite an epic battle. And straight up, this team did a really good job. You know, one thing that people like have to understand is that, you know, the power of organization and a little bit of strategy planning can really make the difference between a win and a loss. Okay, and these guys did such a great job. I mean, we got Fernando on the left side rocking out, just taking out some of the threats that come up the staircase on that left side. No, guys, we also have Ace 420, who's rocking out with the support class. Very crucial, especially to mid to close range encounters like this attic, for instance. With a double place shot, and provided it is well placed, he actually can clear the entire attic of any bad guys that might be swarming our berserkers here. So it's a very good strategy to have him right behind the berserkers so he can lend burst damage support just in case things get a little hairier than normal. So you can see also what's good about this window is you actually can snipe out as well as go ahead and call out any threats if you hear anything behind. Now, one thing that these TNT guys are doing so well is that they're distributing their funds as evenly as possible to everybody. You see here that I have 4,000 pounds. This means that I have no guilt whatsoever if I drop a pipe in a critical moment that can end up saving any of our teammates' lives. In addition with that, you know, everybody has their end game equipment. We're already ready to rock and roll so quickly, and we've had that actually for, I'd probably say, oh geez, about 6 rounds. By round 4, everybody was pretty much stocked up with all their end game equipment because everybody was sharing their money, and that's such an important thing. Now you can see right here that we have a couple early raging Fleshpounds, but I was able to make quick work with them with a couple toss nades and following up with my M32 Multiple Grenade Launcher. If you guys want to go ahead and see how to solo these Fleshpounds, be sure to let me know in the comments below or PM me, and I'll be more than happy to make a speed kill video based exclusively on how to deal with them with the M32 as a Demoman. Okay, so that's really important. Now you can see here that sometimes you have a real conflict of interest. The first thing is that, you know, you want to go ahead and rock out with the M32, and you just want to clear waves upon waves of enemies. Unfortunately, the ammo is very finite, so you want to go ahead and pick times when you feel that your teammates are going to get swarmed by the enemy. Okay, you want to go ahead and make sure that you're not wasting any shot. Okay, that's why I use the lever action rifle. It doesn't create any smoke that can blind my team. In addition with that, any sort of headshot will instantly kill Gorefast. It'll also stun the Husks over there. You can see there, unfortunately for some reason the hitbox didn't, I hit him in the head, but it didn't register, I guess. But right there you can see that as they were getting closer, I didn't want any of my berserkers to accidentally die, because we need that tag team. We need both of them going to town right there with those scythes in order to make this most effective. Okay, so ammo conservation is critical for you guys, but I know it's really like hard not to want to just blow through tons of grenades. I mean, let's face it, dude, it's a semi-automatic 6-cylinder grenade launcher. Who doesn't want to tear it up, you know? But overall, you want to go ahead and make sure that you just remember what your task is, what your role is, what people are counting on you to do, and that's to be able to take out the Fleshpounds as quickly as possible. Okay, and with this arsenal, you're going to be able to do that. Alright, so one thing I want to go ahead and just firstly say is that I'm very pleased with the brand new patch. I know some people have been asking me my thoughts on it. And I kind of want to include it in this because I think it's actually kind of relevant. The reason why I think it's so good is because, first off, not only did they balance the M99, but they did it amazingly. First off, I mean, you know, the M99 costs 5,000 pounds to be able to reload. You know, honestly, like, that is, that's a lot of money. You know, in addition with that, that means that sharpshooters are really going to have to plan their shots, and is it really worth it? I mean, when you have the M14 EBR that requires a little bit of skill, but in addition with that, a really great big reward, you know, and a lot of versatility, the lever action that can stun things very quickly. I mean, you know, with the crossbow in addition with that, with the speed amp, I mean, you know, there's a lot of different other options. So I think what they did is they kind of turned it into what the Law used to be. You know, it used to be a very powerful weapon from what I hear, and now it's turned into something that, you know, it's just nice having it around. You know, it's a good showpiece for nostalgia, but I don't think it has a real big practical use for any regards anytime. And the second thing that I really like about the update is that, you know, I initially was pretty concerned when I heard that Tripwire had started selling DLC packs, you know, for weapons, you know, exclusively, and I was like, oh man, what's happening, you know? But then I found out that they were actually using that as a way to be able to support the modders that actually created the weapons, and I'm like, oh dude, that's freaking awesome, you know, because what that means is that, you know, what other company pays the actual people that makes custom content for them? You just don't see that happen. You don't see that happen anywhere, you know? So these guys are doing things that, you know, in my opinion, I think are pretty much setting the bar for like an actual indie company. And dare I say, hopefully for the mainstream, they actually can catch on and start improving some of their business practices, because in many respects, I think that is a big leap. You know, as for the balance issues, it looks like, you know, from what I've seen, how quickly they balance the M99, you know, it's going to take a little bit of time for them to maybe balance out some of the other issues, because I've talked to numerous friends who have said that some certain weapons are kind of like overpowered, and even like my own experiences with, let's say, like the trench gun and other things, it seems like they could use maybe a little bit of tweaking. But for the most part, I mean, overall, I have to say, you know, if you really size up like the pros versus the cons, I think that honestly, the brand new update has created just a great opportunity for modders and people to keep the game going, and that's just such a great principle. You know, honestly, the game is pushing like 3 years old. I mean, it's like 2009 that they came out with it, and it's still going strong, dude. And honestly, like when I join like servers now, you know, for better or worse, I mean, like the public Hell on Earth environment has increased drastically, and that's amazing. It's good to see more people actually getting onto this game mode and giving it a shot. You know, and I just think that it's really neat, and overall I'm very excited. Getting back down to the footage, because I've been digressing for quite a few minutes here, we're actually setting ourselves up as a team because we have all the money that we need in order to be able to start laying down some pipes. You can see we have a huge minefield, that's how I call it, but it's a huge pipe field essentially, where this Hillbilly Horror patriarch is going to get smacked down very quickly. I wanted to include this as part of the video because honestly, you know, it's part of the whole Demoman experience. I don't play Demoman a lot, not because I don't enjoy it, it's just that I feel that with certain team setups, you know, this really requires a very good team in order to be able to pull it off successfully, because honestly, you know, with the exception of the Fleshpounds, everything else has a very good chance of taking you out very quickly. Now you can see here that holding up on the rooftops very good in my opinion, because as long as you're above the enemy, it takes them time to have to get to you. Okay, so having the high ground even in this game, you know, is a really good a really good thing to have. And you just hear all the pipes just going boom 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 boom. You just hear boom 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 like fireworks. And sure enough, you see the trail of where he's walking, and he's running away towards the wood side. So at our 12 disappeared there. So at this point now you've got, you know, some enemies that are going to try to pop in some of the clots and some of the, you know, basic stuff, so you don't really have to worry too much about it. For the most part, you just want to go ahead and as you're killing these small guys that can actually grapple you and get you in trouble if you're not aware, you know, you want to go ahead and try to keep eyes on the patriarch. Sure enough, boom, we had another flurry of pipes that sent him running away again. And it's a close match. You know, usually when he gets down to about his third heal, he gets pretty nutty, and it just starts bomb rushing and charging everyone. So he gets a lot more aggressive, and at that point you want to go ahead and make sure that you're making use of cover, you're trying your very best to keep mobile, and you're just not going to be like the fat kid, you know, at the end of the line when, you know, something bad happens, for sure. You know, that's just something you don't want to do. So just go ahead and make sure that you're mobile, stick with your team, because with your teammates, you know, multiple eyes are much better than just one or two, because they can call out stuff and they can see things very quickly. So right here, he's actually towards the rooftop. I was looking for him, like, where the heck is this guy? You know, and then I look up and I'm like, oh crap, here he is. And I thought he was on me, so went ahead and started trying to catch up with my teammates so they could do some support damage here. And trying to get a patch in heal. He shoots a rocket. I almost get blown up by my own pipes. And then from this point, I try to see if I can take some cover around this corner. I noticed that there was like a little bit of like a hillside ridge here, which I thought was pretty good. I was going to see if I could take some cover here, but sure enough, you know, Patriarch's already flanking us from that side. And very quickly, I just dodged a rocket right here. I thought that was going to hit me, and I thought that was going to seal the deal. But sure enough, got lucky. Moving back towards the shed side with my team. I hear him pitter-pattering and running. He takes out one of our teammates. At this point, the final flurry has been placed. He's dead. It's game over. We won. We're all cheering because, man, it was one of the best matches I've had in a long freaking time. So everybody, thanks again for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you guys have any questions at all, feel free to PM me. But if you enjoyed this video and you want to see some more good times, do me a favor, give that like button a little bit of love. And if you want to go ahead and subscribe, you have no idea how much that would help me out. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. You guys have a safe and happy Hallows Eve.